G'day, freedom lovers. It's a special day. You get two for the price of one today. Well, as I said earlier, there was some bombshell information that needed to come out, and I've now been given access to that information. It is readily available on the Electoral Commission website so that you can actually find these things out. But what I'm going to present to you today isn't just something that I think is happening here in Townsville. And I do believe there's a good chance that this kind of manipulation, twisted half truths, corruption, perhaps, is potentially happening across the board. Um, Things are getting desperate, I guess, for certain people in certain places, and particularly as we pointed out earlier in the fail of the week, fake news wins again. There is a big problem for the major parties. People are losing faith. There's a big problem for the elites in Davos because they stated their biggest objective was to try and win back faith. But rather than do the right thing by the people, rather than listen to you, me, anybody who actually lives in the world, they are hell bent on continuing their dictatorship, it would seem. They're not interested in what you and I think. So it comes with great regret that I have to do this. It's important, I think, for the community. I think it's important that everybody is aware of the kind of tactics that we have to deal with. Um, G'day, Susan. G'day, Marla. Good to see you again. You was about to go night night. Well, I'm very thankful that you would take the time to spend a little bit more time with me today. G'day, Susan. Sleeping when earlier show on that's fine. I understand. You know, you're a long way from Australia. Vapu, always good to see you. Thank you very much for jumping on. And you know, I knew our cafe locked out crowd was going to love this stuff. And I think what's really important here, you know, although I'm desperately trying to reach my fellow man here in North Queensland, I do want to reach the broader community in Australia, because if it's happening here, then it's happening elsewhere, you know. And you know, what I'm seeing here is a similar construct that we've seen with Dan Andrews down south, where he created the, you know, vote Dan out party and then funneled those votes back into himself. The same kind of dodgy tactics. You know, we need to be so careful about who we vote for these days, to the extent that here in Townsville, right now, we have Team Jenny Hill, which is obviously Jenny Hill. It has been running this town pretty much for, as I understand, for in the vicinity of 15 years as mayor, and she's a career politician of about 20 years, from what I've been led to believe. A lot of information has been thrown at me very quickly, so please forgive me if some of the facts and details are just a little bit skew-if. But for the most part, I'm pretty confident that what we've got here is pretty much bang on. And even if it's not bang on, the fact that it's in the near vicinity should be enough to be of great concern. So thank you, Tracy, for dropping in. And I definitely want to send a big thanks out to Tracy, who's helped me dig through some of these things, because although Troy has dropped the information on me, he's a very busy man, you know, much like myself. We work 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. We also have a lot of other work to do within the community, because we're community spirited people. We want to help the community. And what I really love is that there are a lot of really good people that stand with us when we do this. So this is the information that has been given to me. And, you know, I just haven't had the time to be able to go, hey, look, here it is, and show a great many things up on the screen as I normally would. So here it is. We have, to give a bit of perspective, we have 10 divisions here for council members in Townsville, and we have one mayor. So that fundamentally makes up 11 positions. Obviously, the mayor is, you know, the higher position, which is the position that Troy's going for. And if you want to know a little bit more about Troy, please go back to our previous video where I did a 2-hour interview with Troy, where he explained what he wanted to bring to Townsville, which, you know, I'm in support of. But let's get into it because I can't sit here all night. I've got to go to work in the morning, and it's currently 9:40 as it is, and it's past my bedtime. I'm getting old. But anyway, Division 1. So the people who are running for Division 1, we have this fellow by the name of Paul Jacob. He's running under the Change Party, which is very fascinating because I never realized that councils ran under parties until I was here in Townsville. And more to the point, I'd never seen two parties. Now we have this Change Party. And there was definitely a question I had, this week as I seen the signs posted. And we've now been able to answer that the Change Party seems to be heavily affiliated with Labor. And in this particular instance, Paul Jacob of this alleged Change Party, he's got his name all over town now, is a party member of the Labor Party and the UWU. And as usual, I see these alphabet gangs myself, and I'm like, what is this? So, what is it? That's the UWU, United Workers Union. Now, anybody who has at least a basic grip on how politics works in Australia, unions and Labor are fundamentally the same. Labor unions, unions, Labor. You've heard these words in combination many a time. So the idea that we have in Division 1, two people running, Paul Jacob, who's alleged he calls himself Change Party, but is a party member of the Labor Party and the UWU. So he's not just Labor, but he is Labor and Union Labor, you know. And the other contestant is Margie Ryder, Team Jenny Hill, party member of AICD. So what the hell is that? AICD, Australian Institute of Company Directors. Now, for anyone who really wants to do a deep dive, you can get right into this. I haven't had a big chance to look into the Australian Institute of Company Directors, but I mean, it sounds to me a little bit better than your standard unionized thing. But the problem is, it's Team Jenny Hill who she's associated with, and Jenny Hill's the one that we have a lot of. Team Jenny Hill, we're not getting a lot of results from. That's the standard feeling that I get from the people I talk to. Moving along in Division 2, we have Brodie Phillips, who's an independent, no affiliation. So, I'm kind of feeling that Brodie might be someone we can, perhaps have some faith in. And I look forward to hopefully communicating with him in the next coming weeks to give you a bit of an idea of who Brodie is. We also have Shari Fabro, Team Jenny Hill, party member of. Anybody want to have a guess? That's right. You thought it. You knew it. The Labor Party. Starting to see a pattern yet? If you haven't figured it out, you'll see it. You'll see it. Not only. Next, we have Jai Philpotts, Change Party. Party member of, drumroll, fucking Labor Party. Also, ASU, Australian Services Union. Look out. Who would have thought Labor and Union combined would be the same thing? And this is where I really want to thank Tracy for helping me find some of these alphabet gangs. The Services Union, was that one? No, it was the Together Union. That's right, Together Union. That's that one. There's a few little cross references here. So Together Union, we are together, and of course we're worried about climate change. Alarm bells a bit ringing there. Allow me to wet my whistle. So those are our candidates for Division 2. At least in Division 2, we do have an independent who is not affiliated with any union or Labor member. So that's at least one element. 1 out of 2 so far. So, if you're in Division 1 or you'd like to be, you don't have to be in the division. You can be outside the division, as some of the members currently sitting are. So if you're inclined, please, if you don't want to see another Labor union construct, step up. Division 1 needs someone. Division 2, we have an independent, but hey, why not? You can add to it if you really want. But anyway, let's have a look at Division 3. Division 3, Anne Marie Greeny, Team Jenny Hill. It's pretty much all I have. She's just Team Jenny Hill, and to me, that's enough to make my skin crawl because I've had enough of the same old, same old. We also have Jake Farrell, who's changed party member of, drumroll, Labour. Guess you didn't see that coming. And the CMPSU. So that was that. Sorry, trying to figure it all out. A lot going on here. Oh, where did Joy Phillips come in? Sorry, it's been a long day. I tell you, I've been working on this stuff for ages. Anyway, it's another union. Oh, that'll be that one. Yep. Anyway, moving along. Division 4, Christina Price, independent, no affiliation. So we're looking good in Division 4, and that if you're in Division 4, I would recommend that might be a good idea to work with. Mark Malachino, Team Jenny Hill, party member of ALP and Labor Forum. Shocked? Surprised? Sure you are. Division 5, Russell Cook, Team Jenny Hill. Appears no affiliation, but affiliated with Jenny Hill, who's heavily affiliated with the ALP and various unions, as many other members are. So it's kind of like guilt by association. It's a little presumptuous, and maybe we shouldn't be too harsh. There is the possibility that Russell, he might be a good dude, but he signed up with Team Jenny Hill, which kind of puts him in a position where he's in someone's pocket. We've got Vera Diru, also in Division 5. Change. You're never going to guess it. Party member of ALP CPSU. CPSU. And there it is. Community and Public Sector Union. And, don't get me wrong. I think the idea of a union is a wonderful thing. It's just a shame that they seem to come with standover men, thuggery, all sorts of dirty tactics. There's so many horrible stories I've heard about unions over the years. And I mean, I guess you got to take it on face value. It's up to you. I don't want to, it's not my part here to sit here and tell you 100 stories about unions. And I'm on the verge of a rant, and I've got good friends ready to whip me at any moment to stop me going on a rant at this point. So that was Division 5, which, let's look at it. Division 5, what do we got? Team Jenny Hill or Team Labor? The difference? Nothing. Same thing. Division 6, we have a total of one person at this particular point. I have heard rumors of an amazing person that might be stepping up to save my division that I'm in. Please save us. And, Susie Bakovic, wow, she's a basketball player. She's a big sports star and a lovely person. And you know what? When I think about what she's done for this community, oh, yeah, there was that day she gave me a sausage. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, she's a lovely person. She took a lot of my council dollars. I believe she's on a payroll of about $170,000 a year at this point. And I'm pretty confident she took council money. I doubt she opened her own wallet to give me and my family a sausage. Yep, that'll buy my vote. Of course, I have no choice because no one else is standing against her unless this amazing person stands up. Division 7. Kurt Ruborn, Team Jenny Hill, party member of, drumroll, ALP. What a surprise! Labor Forum and the UFUQ. UFUQ is United Firefighters union, as we understand. I might be wrong because all I got was a bit of alphabet gang here. So I'm just trying to pick through some of this. United Firefighters Union Queensland, UFUQ. So more Labor people, more union people. Are you seeing a pattern yet? We've got 10 divisions. We're through 7. They all seem to be in a very similar construct here. It's astounding. I'm sure that you're all shocked. Maybe some of you actually are, and that's even more disturbing. Division 8, Rachel Armstrong, Team Jenny Hill. Apparently, no affiliation other than Jenny Hill, which is affiliated with all this other stuff. And then you've got Guy Reese, Change, who is also affiliated with all this other stuff. Labor, unions, labor, unions, labor, unions. Division 9, Liam Mooney, the son of a former mayor of Townsville, who's currently sitting as a chair on the Townsville Hospital. So you can start to see the incestuous nature of how everybody's sitting on the chair of this, that, and the other, especially if you watched our previous video with Troy Thompson, where he exposed how many places that Jenny Hill herself sits on boards of or advises on in some way, shape, or form. She's got a finger in a lot of pies here, which is a little bit disturbing, considering these people are supposed to be impartial and serving the community and not these groups. But anyway, Liam Mooney, Team Jenny Hill, party member of, you'll never guess. Seriously, I'm absolutely sure you'll never get it. There's a bloody good chance. Sorry, I've been neglecting my beautiful fans and friends here who are watching here. Surely, anyone want to venture a guess? ALP, Labor Forum, and the AMU10. And this one took a little bit of digging, Oh, actually, by the way, while we were looking up the United Firefighters Union, my dear friend Tracy helped me find that there's this Powered by Union shopper, which seems to be affiliated with various unions as well. Join the union and we'll give you a discount on all these other things. It's like some sort of Woolworths card or something, like things they do to buy your love. We'll take $10 and give you 3 in return. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, Liam Mooney. Oh, that's what we were just talking about, that dude. That's one of the things we discovered about Liam Mooney. Townsville councillor Liam Mooney charged with drink driving after failing random breath test. Coppers actually did their job for a change. Interesting. Might be because he didn't hit anyone. That could be a potential possibility. Speaking of which, it was only 0.06. I mean, it's a little bit over, but at the end of the day, we've got to follow it to the letter of the law. It is what it is. At least he didn't hurt anyone. And that's the important thing. And I'm very glad he didn't hurt anyone. Don't want to talk too much about, somebody who might have hurt someone while driving. Now, do we? Where were we? Oh, there was this CEO business we were talking about. We kind of. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, we were at Liam Mooney, Team Jenny Hill, party of Labor, Labor Forum, AMU10, which we couldn't quite figure out what AMU10 was. So sorry, short notice, a lot of information very quickly. But we also have somebody standing beside him, or opposing him. Perhaps beside him was the best term. Benjamin Tilley, Greens. Greens and Labor are, almost as good as Labor and unions, really, isn't it? Well, hang on. Actually, look out. That's all right. Wait, hang on. I can't be reading. Benjamin Tilley. Get my glasses. Greens. Party member of. Oh, you won't guess. Nah, seriously, you'll never guess. You just. It can't be true. It can't. He can't possibly be a part of the ALP and the Greens. What? And the UWU, another union group. I believe it was this one. Yep, United Workers Union. Yeah, it seems he's a part of that one too. Have you noticed the pattern yet as we reach deeply into Division 10 here? Bradley Ellis, an independent. Holy shit. There's something different. Amazing. An independent. Oh, I hang on. Sorry. Party member of LNP. Just to mix it up, he went with the Liberal Party. Well, it's good to see they had some representation. The budget for the LNP must be a bit low in Townsville, I must say. Ben Fusco, Team Jenny Hill, party member of Catter Party. Catter Party. That's different. Very different. But associated with Team Jenny Hill. I think we have some questions to ask there. Very interesting, though, when we reach Division 10, we're seeing such a massive contrast straight away. We have Liberal and Catter Party, but Catter Party associated with Jenny Hill is something that I think we need to look into. What's going on there? I can't say for sure, but it's just a straight observation at this point. Team Jenny Hill and Catter Party working together. Kate Annette's Team Jenny Hill. Hang on. Ben Fusco, Team Jenny Hill, Division 10. Kate Annette's Team Jenny Hill. Well, talk about covering all bases. In Division 10, we've got an LNP, we've got a Catter Party, and an ALP, two of which are associated with Jenny Hill. We're all out of councillors. And in every position, we notice that Team Jenny Hill has a strong point and in some very interesting manners. Now we come to our mayoral position. Jenny Hill, Team Jenny Hill, party member of ALP, Labour. And of course, Troy Thompson, independent, party of 2/5 of nothing. But, to be fair, I did assist Troy back in the day when he was running for One Nation. And he's also done some work with Liberal Party. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's be fair. But he's not currently sitting with any party, as the others clearly seem to be. We have a bit of a conundrum here in Townsville where we need people to step up, people who are not affiliated, with parties, people who are independent and truly here for community reasons. And I really hope that the people of Townsville are feeling a little bit inspired to stop warming the seat. I know there's a lot of people who have said, I should step up. And look, I tell you what, the $170,000 they earn a year is somewhat enticing, but I'm not here for money. I'm here to make a better life for my children. I'm here to make a better life for the community. And I feel that I can service the community a hell of a lot better doing what I'm doing right here, right now, and just saying exactly what I see, calling it as I see it, and speaking my mind. I'm not claiming to be a journalist. I'm not claiming to be anything other than me, somebody who sees the world for what it is. So I hope that you've all enjoyed this. I hope that this has helped inspire some people to stop warming seats, to put down the cup of coffee and a biscuit and get up and get motivated. Because, look, at the end of the day, it's not that much effort to just sign up the paperwork, pay a minimal little fee, and just at least be a name on the ballot. At the bare minimum, you just at least a better choice, another choice. But secondarily, I will give you a beautiful platform right here for which you can reach millions, probably going a bit over the top millions, but at least lots of people. I will help you in any way, shape, or form I can to provide a better option than the same old, and those who are pretending to provide change when they're obviously not going to provide change. They're just the same thing wrapped up in another package with a different name. So please, people, if you have the capacity to string a sentence together, I mean, have a look at Joe Biden. He's running the free world. If you can string a sentence better together than he can, wow, anyone can do anything. So thank you very much, people. And look, and by all means, everybody else around, have a look. Is this happening in your regions as well? Because if it's like I said at the beginning of this, if it's happening in Townsville, there's a good chance it's happening elsewhere. Um, we need to be vigilant people. You can't just sit back and go, someone else will do it, and I'll vote for them because we've got that nefarious element happening now where Team Jenny Hill has clearly decided, you know what? I'm not that popular. I better provide my own controlled opposition. Not sure what you're saying there. Sorry, Trace. Anyway, what's that? Didn't Gough Whitlam do that, Richo? I could have sworn he was doing that kind of publicity stunt. Thought, it'll look good. Aussie Anzac prayers for the southeast Cobber. Look, prayers for us all. Prayers for us all. We are in a lot of trouble. And if people don't start stepping up and doing their due diligence, researching things, sharing videos like this with their friends, with their family, talking about this stuff. Like, I mean, I don't give much props to sports because I mean, it's just not my thing. To me, who wins what in a game ain't going to change my life, unless I allow it to. But if I stand by and I allow people to change my life in a political way where they can write laws, influence the infrastructure, change the world around me quite physically, issue me fines, raise my rates beyond measure because shit, I've been a homeowner here in Townsville for 6 years. In that 6 years, we've gone in the vicinity of 3 grand to the vicinity of 4 grand. That is a huge jump, massive jump. That's what Team Jenny Hill has done for me as far as I'm concerned. Other than that sausage from Susie, who is very good at throwing a basketball and very good at handing a sausage. Outside of that, I haven't seen much. Sorry. Nothing personal. I want to see some change because I've seen a lot of things out there that need fixed. But I'm pretty confident that is you're on a rant again. Time to wind up. Was it in the job as a counselor? Do about 22 hours. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. Tracy just reminded me while we were looking up what are the requirements of being a counselor. Apparently, according to the council website, as I've just been informed, and reminded more to the point, the expectations of a counselor are about 22 hours a week, an hour a week, be 170 grand a year. Sounds like a pretty cushy job. Maybe you should have a crack at it, eh? Tell you what, I'm bloody tempted. I work a hell of a lot more than that. I think I work in the vicinity of 3 times that amount. And then you add in all these other community projects that I do. Maybe I should run myself. I don't know. What do you reckon? Townsville have a community of critical thinkers. Just think we need to find our tribe. No, look, I think we need to find people to be in the right position. We may have a lot of people who are critically thinking, but, they're not putting their hand up for council. Do I see a pattern in Australian history? PM Robert Hawke was a unionist, a Labor leader who sold us out to the globalists, says Julie. We are in trouble, full stop, actually, Victoria. Good old WTF, as if we don't know what that means by now, says Tracy. I think nominations have closed. No, they have not. At least I know for here in Townsville, you've got all of tomorrow to midday Tuesday to put your applications in. But don't leave it to Tuesday. Do it right now. If you are inspired by what you're seeing, drop whatever you're doing and apply right here, right now. $250. That's it. That's all you have to pay. Whole $250. If I had it, I'd give it to you, but I don't. I've got to pay Jenny Hill's rates. So do something. Get onto it. I did put my hand up, but due to family needs, I had to step back. But we really need genuine people with the street smarts. Hey, look, if you wanted to, that's a good place. To me, Sherry, it sounds like you want to give it a go. What have you got to lose? In a lot of these electorates, in some of these in particular, nobody. I mean, you have a look at Division 6. All you got to stand against is Susie, who's done nothing. And I mean, I know she's a popular character because she's a sports person and whatnot, but come on. What do you got to lose? It's a 50-50 race. You got a 50-50 chance. It's that simple. And for a whole $250, you don't have to put signs out and all that. And at the very least, you know me. Jump on the NQ Freedom Network pages, send me an email, and I'll give you the same 2 hours I gave Troy. Let's talk about what you think you can offer the community, because I'm pretty sure you could probably speak better than half these people. Yes, run. Much love, you guys from WA. Yes, do it. If you think you can and you're inspired, go for it. They end Tuesday at 12 p.m. Thank you, Laura, which is exactly what I've been saying and confirmed. So there you go. You've got till Tuesday, 12 p.m. You've got to put some opposition into these Labor cronies. And trust me, we're going to work hard to take them out. Yeah, money in council is nothing without integrity. Look, tell you what, we've got a lot more to show you about council. I just haven't had the time to properly research it. But hey, look, let's have a quick look. Some of the things that we'll dive a little bit into. We started looking into the CEO, Prince Ralston, and what he's paid. Councillors' pay packets, NQ CEOs, directors, councillors, and mayors' earnings revealed, which is interesting that it's coming from Townsville Bulletin, seeing Jenny Hill is on the board. Conflict of interest? Oh, apparently not. Anyway, North Queensland local government CEOs, blah, 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 Townsville City Council. And there she is posing for another one of these pictures. Townsville City Council CEO Prince Ralston earns somewhere between $450,000 and $550,000, according to council annual report. Now, that's a pretty big gap. 450, that's $100,000 gap. How good is the reporting of the Townsville Bulletin when they leave it somewhere in the vicinity of $100,000 gap? It's a bit rough. Now, I could be earning between nothing and $100,000. Well, maybe, yeah, I don't have to pay tax because it's just in the vicinity of this. Wow. This is more than Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk, apparently, at the time. Who's obviously been excommunicated due to absolute lack of popularity because this was done in 2021. Who earned 427. So even at the lowest estimate, because they're obviously not being very forthcoming with information, the fact that they have to earn somewhere between this tells you a lot about the kind of information that the council annual report is putting out, where they can only guesstimate, but they can be very precise about the premier of the state. Fascinating, don't you think? These kind of things we're going to note a lot more. There are 3 other senior executive management positions which are paid between $350,000 and $450,000 each year. Let's have a look at them. Here's our lovely CEO. Charters Tower Regional Council. Remuneration during 2020, $437,000. Have a look at this. Deputy Mayor Sonny was paid $61,161. Look at all this money that's going into these people. And it's coming out of whose pocket? It's not hard to think, is it? Not hard to think at all. Mount Isa Council. Look at all these council peoples. They're all in lots and lots of money. You can read this stuff for yourself. Look, at the end of the day, I should really go to bed because unlike these people, I don't have a crap ton of money being deposited in my bank account. I got to go out and work 12 hours a day for just enough money to be broke. Thanks to people like this sending me great, giant bloody bills. I have a quick look at this. Richo says none of the above. Unfortunately, that's not going to cut the mustard because in some cases where there's no one even contesting them, they've already won. The idea of not voting is about as useful as voting in a one-horse race. Don't be inspired by the money, as that's what's got us here. I'm not inspired. I'm actually quite annoyed. Gough, amongst others, was a devotee of the Club of Rome. I'm pretty confident you may be onto something there. Senate voted down the inquiry into the excess deaths for the third time. Are you surprised? I'm guessing we must be about as surprised as to find out how many Labor people are in our council election. What's Jenny Hill's story? Wow. Jenny Hill's story is quite extensive and not one that I'm willing to get into at 10 past 10 when I get up and go and work tomorrow. So, look, you know what? Have a look, type in for yourself. There's some very interesting stories, but we're gonna deal with that as time goes on. What's really important right now is that we are running a very one horse race, a very biased scenario where pretty much just about everybody who's on board with this, with the exception of a couple, are pretty much Labor and unions and Labor are pretty much sitting in each other's pockets. It's one big incestuous party. So sold out years ago. Labor stronghold, smart city of Newcastle. So you guys have got the same problem. Julie, I'd love to see if you could, perhaps do some similar research for what we've done. Are you seeing the same thing to this extent that we are? If you could put something together and shoot me an email at nqfreedomnetwork.com, for anybody else who's feeling inclined to punch a couple of numbers together as we have here, nqfreedomnetwork at protonmail.com. Drop us a line. Let us know what you find, because like I said, if it's happening here, I'm sure it's happening out there, somewhere else out there. Yep, cool. I hope it was worth selling their souls for. Well, they seem to think so, and I'm sure they're living large on those huge pay package. Just quoting Brewster. All good, man. All good. Brewster's Millions, I'm guessing. Our long-standing Labor federal member is now the defense minister. He couldn't run a chook raffle properly in this town. Wow. There you go. And you know what? We're finding the same as anybody who watched Fail of the Week, earlier today will find Labor are certainly not doing anyone any favors. Oh, I've got a story about Jenny on a charter boat. Love to hear it. Please email me and let's talk about that. Victoria Tonnet probably sounds like the Benny Hill thieves. Gotta love Benny Hill. What an old school classic. Love the old days. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, fellow friends of the freedom loving community, it has been a great pleasure to share this information with you. Look, if I got something wrong, please email me. Let me know what I did wrong. Good night, Vapu. Always a pleasure to see you. Seriously, if you can help us out. Well, if I had enough Patreons, I could be as rich as Jenny Hill. If I had enough Patreons, I could be as rich as the CEO of Townsville. If I had enough Patreons, I wouldn't have to go to work on Monday morning. I could spend a bit more time digging into these kinds of things and bringing you the facts and figures that the mainstream continues to fail every week to do. So by all means, drop us a line. If you've got some amazing citizen journalism, if you have done some amazing fact finding and found some good stuff that you should share, then you should punch in this email address ASAP and get a hold of me, and let's share it with a wider community, because sharing is caring. In the meantime, live long and prosper. Nano nano. I will see you all next time. Thank you all very much for watching, and definitely peace, love, and happiness for all the support you guys give.